I have no choice but to make this video. And here's why. A few days ago, I posted a video titled "The Best Skill to Learn in 2024, $1,500 an hour." And there were a bunch of people hating in the comments, telling me all the reasons why it is not possible to make that much money with this skill. But here's the problem. I make this much per hour. And whether they believe it or not, it doesn't change my bank account. But it does leave me with a lot of sadness, because I feel very bad for any of you who think that it is not possible to make $1,500 an hour, because it's not your fault. You see, the school system, your teachers, maybe even your parents and your friends have brainwashed you with these poor beliefs and poor mindset to think that you can't make that much money per hour. And if you are stuck with these poor mindsets, you will never get rich. Like, let me ask you a simple question. I want you to please just look at me for a second. Give me a second of your time. How can you possibly expect to make $1,000 an hour when every person you see who's actually making that, you just call them a scammer? You can't. It's impossible. So I sat back and thought, how can I help you? How can I break and shatter these false beliefs so that you can actually start getting rich and making this money? Because you have to break the beliefs first. And that's where I come in. You see, I'm not like these other gurus. I'm not here to sell you a course. I'm not here to not show you exactly what I do. I'm here to break these poor beliefs for you. So I thought, frick it. I'm literally going to make $1,500 in 1 hour live with no cuts, no nothing. Undeniable proof. I'm going to show you my Stripe account, everything. So let's do it. All right, let's set 1 hour on the clock. Let's see if I can make $1,500 in the next hour. If you don't believe that this is possible after this video, then I can't help you. Like, you need more help than I can give you. But for those of you who are on the fence, who think this might be possible, this might change your life. Because I want to show you undeniable proof that you can do it, because it's very easy. And you're going to be blown away by this video. So let's get right into it. All right, let the timer begin. We have 1 hour to make $1,500. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that this is not fake. I've already been paid. So here's my Stripe invoice. I'm going to make sure I try to blur all the right stuff. But if you look down here, it says 4 weekly emails, copy, and I've been paid $1,500. So she paid the invoice. We're good to go. Let's start writing, boys. We got an hour to make $1,500. So all I have to do is write 4 weekly emails. And if you don't believe this is possible, I don't know what to tell you. Like, here it is. I'm about to do it. And yeah, money's in the bank account. So let's roll. First things first, I need 4 email ideas. So I need the angles, the ideas behind these things. So what I'm going to do is I want to look for proven stuff that's already worked. So I'm going to her YouTube. If your client doesn't have a YouTube, look at the content, look at anything they've done in the past that's worked well, and see if you can figure out some proven stuff. So I went to her YouTube, sorted by popular, and yeah, let's just take a look. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got. I'm looking for stuff with numbers. That'd be cool. All right, 4 life-changing mobility moves you need to try. Let's see. 4 life-changing mobility moves. We can do these mobility moves. Changed my life. We do this simple. I hate that it auto freaking capitalizes it. Changed my life. Basically, like, the only thing I'm doing here with the subject lines is I just want them to click. I want to give them so much curiosity that they have to click. So I want to appeal to their interest with the mobility moves, and I want to show them that it's powerful and they need to click on it. Let's keep going. Two. A perfect handstand fast. And the whole goal here, guys, is just to get a lot of ideas down that I can go back and kind of like see which ones that I feel like will hit the most. So most of these are probably going to be crap. Let's see, flexibility secrets you need to know. Ignoring this will wreck your flexibility. I usually do this with music, so it's going to be tough to do this with just just off the brain. 3 secrets to a perfect handstand. Could literally just copy that one. This for instant mobility gains. No God. Insane flexibility in 4 steps. So all I'm doing here is trying to find angles, guys. And I'm thinking like which emails would be easy to write to, because I'm going to show you like the hack to how I write these very quickly. Let's see. Oh, I like that one. Best way to get flexible, proven by science. Let's think. Best way to get flexible, proven by science. Nice. Do. Way to get flexible. Science backed. All right, this is a good start. Let's just start writing. So what I'm going to do is let's start with email 1. Now, these are going to be value emails. So like we just did a sales promotion for her. If you want to go see the video on how I wrote 4 sales emails, I've already made a video on it. It made 35 grand with 4 emails, or with 6 emails, 5 emails, whatever it was. So go watch those to learn how to do sales. But this I'm going to show you is we're actually going to provide value, because if we provide value for like a whole month, we're warming up her new email followers. They're gaining trust. They're feeling just good because she's giving free value. So that's what I get paid to do. And you're like, how can you be paid $1,500 for these 4 simple emails? Well, because it's going to make her like 40 grand. That's why, guys. So yes, it's possible. All right, so let's get right into it. Let's do subject line. Ready to get flexible. So I'm thinking about moms here. Like, moms want things easy. They don't really care about the others. Like, easiest is their biggest thing. It's like they want the easy way to do stuff. The easy way to get flexible, science backed. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find this video. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to go to YouTube transcript. I'm going to type it in. I'm literally just going to read what it says. Did you know you can improve flexibility in less than 10 minutes of effort per week? Actually, I'll just play the video for you guys so you can listen.
Did you know that you can significantly improve your flexibility with less than 10 minutes of effort per week? It sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But there are lots and lots of studies to support it. The important part is how you spend those 10 minutes. So in this video, I'll guide you through the exact method that you can follow to make some rapid gains with minimal effort. How often you stretch is more important than how long you stretch for.
Okay, boom. There's the belief I need to prove. So how often you stretch is more important than how long you stretch. Where did she say that? All right. do hi, first name. Got some exciting news for you. Studies have shown there is an easy way to improve minutes of stretching per week. I want to do like let's do a shocked emoji. All right. Here, all I'm trying to do here, and this is going to kind of hurt my time because I'm going to be trying to explain this to you guys, and I normally wouldn't have to. But the easiest way to get flexible science back. Hi, first, I've got some exciting news for you. Recent studies have revealed that there's an easy way to improve flexibility with only 10 minutes of stretching per week. There it is. I've proven the point. I've said something about it being science, but let's keep going.
Again, in a different way. Little and often will... Let me say that again in a different way. Is more important than how long you stretch for. Let me say that again in a different way. Little and often will get you more flexible, more quickly than one longer session each week. Less than 10 minutes a week is all you need to dress. How often you stretch is more important than how long you stretch for.
Here's how it works. Here's the secret. Stretch scientists found a big discovery. Made a big discovery recently. How for me and you. All right, let's keep going.
Rapid gains with minimal effort. How often you stretch is more than those 10 minutes. So in this video, I'll guide you through the exact method that you can follow to make some rapid gains with minimal effort. How often you stretch.
All right, let's keep rolling.
Is more important than how long you stretch for. Let me say that again in a different way. Little and often will get you more flexible, more quickly than one longer session each week. Less than 10 minutes a week is all you need to drastically improve your flexibility. We'll get to the how and why that is in just a moment, but one 10-minute session every week will get you pretty much nowhere. But how do we know this? How can you trust what I'm saying? Thomas and friends, no, not them, carried out a fascinating study to help prove that time spent stretching in a single session did not have significant effects on range of motion, whereas time spent stretching over the course of the week was the most influential factor in improving flexibility. This little graph here shows us how stretching for 5 minutes or less in total across the week didn't have as good results as stretching for between 5 and 10 minutes. And importantly, more than 10 minutes looks like a little bit of a waste of time. So how should you break up those 10 minutes a week for best results? Well, this same study provided us with this little graph, which shows how many days per week the subject stretched for. Now, yes, what it shows is that 6 days per week gave the absolute best results, but arguably only marginally more than 2 to 3 times per week. And that proves that great improvements can be made without needing to dedicate yourself to an almost daily task. So let's grab this 2 to 3 times per week idea and look a little closer at how we do the stretches themselves. How long should you hold a stretch for? If I had a penny for every time I've been asked that, I would be filming this video from my own desert island, I assure you. Luckily for us, this has also been studied time and time again, and fortunately, they all bring us the same answer. The optimal length of time for holding a stretch is 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
All right. Hi, first name. Got some exciting news for you. Recent studies reveal that there's an easy way to improve flexibility with only 10 minutes of stretching per week. You see, leading stretch scientists made a big discovery recently. How often you stretch matters more than how long you stretch. This is amazing news for you and me. It means we're going to get even more flexibility with less effort. Here's how. They found that all right. Let's give the actionable stuff.
Is better than 15, but 60 seconds brings no better results. So theoretically, why waste your time with those extra 30 seconds? But hear me out here. When it comes to improving our strength in the gym, let's say, it's a widely accepted fact that we work in sets. We do a set, we take a little rest, we then do another set, and maybe repeat this 3 or 4 times for the muscle group that we're trying to improve our strength in. So why, when it comes to stretching and improving flexibility, do we reject this learning and just stretch a particular muscle once? Treating your stretches like strength training and doing sets is the ultimate way to improve your flexibility fast. But how do we know this? And how many sets should you do? This time, Taylor and friends came to the rescue with their study. These guys found that no further flexibility is gained in a single stretching session after repeating a stretch for between 2 and 4 sets. So you would take your stretch, you would hold it for that optimal 30 seconds and release and rest. I like to be time efficient, so move on and do the first set on your other leg before repeating each stretch twice more each side. So in this example, I have just optimally stretched both of my hamstrings and it took me...
Okay, let's see. What did she say?
...3 minutes. If I do that 3 times per week, so move on and do the first set. Taylor and friends came to the rescue with their study. These guys found that no further flexibility is gained in a single stretching session after repeating a stretch for between 2 and 4 sets. So you would take your stretch, you would hold it.
All right, so the key here is we want to do, here's how. Treat your stretches like strength training sets. All right, let's keep going. Oh, frick.
optimal 30 seconds and release and rest. I like to be time efficient, so move on and do the first set on your other leg before repeating each stretch twice more each side. So in this example, I have just optimally stretched both of my hamstrings and it took me just 3 minutes. If I do that 3 times per week, I only spent 9 minutes of effort and I can watch the flexibility in 2 and 4 sets. So you would take your stretch.
Okay. You can do this by treating your stretching more like strength training. How long did she say to rest for?
Strength in the gym, let's say, it's a widely accepted fact that we work in sets. We do a set, we take a little rest, we then do another set, and maybe repeat this 3 or 4 times for the muscle group that we're trying to improve our strength in. So why, when it comes to stretching and improving flexibility, do we reject this learning and just stretch a particular muscle once? Treating your stretches like strength training and doing sets is the ultimate way to improve your flexibility fast. But how do we know this? And how many sets should you do? This time, Taylor and friends came to the rescue with their study. These guys found that no further flexibility is gained in a single stretching session after repeating a stretch for between 2 and 4 sets. So you would take your stretch, you would hold it for that optimal 30 seconds and release and rest. I like to be time efficient, so move on and do the first set on your other leg before repeating each stretch twice more each side. So in this example, I have just optimally stretched both of my hamstrings and it took me just 3 minutes. If I do that 3
All right, so let's give this one a quick read. All right, the easy way to get flexible. The easiest become flexible. Easy way to get flexible fast. I think I like that one best. I got some exciting news for you. Recent studies have revealed that there's an easy way to improve your flexibility with only 10 minutes of stretching per week. You see? It sounds crazy, but it's true. You see, leading stretch scientists made a big discovery recently. How often you stretch matters more than how long you stretch. They found that it's better to stretch a few minutes every other day than to stretch one day for 10 minutes. This is amazing news for you and me. This means that we can make even more flexibility gains with less effort. You can do this by treating your stretching more like strength training. Perform 2 to 3 sets per stretch. Hold each stretch for 30 seconds. Rest. I'm actually going to put 1 down here. All right, so there's email 1. We're good. Now let's keep moving. We gotta go quick if we're gonna make this by the end. It's a little harder doing it by and telling you guys everything, but we gotta go. Email number 2. Let's do subject line. Be sure it gets to a perfect handstand.
If you're currently somewhere here and wanting to be somewhere here, then you're in the same place as I once was, trying to learn to handstand as an adult beginner. So in this video, I have the 5 best exercises that beginners need to practice that helped me and will help you get standing on those hands. You might say these exercises are a little unconventional, a bit different to the usual handstand tutorial that you might have seen online. But I don't know about you, but when I was trying to learn, many of the exercises I looked up were far too hard for me to even attempt. So these are beginner's exercises to get...
Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. The 5 secrets to a perfect handstand. That's right, I looked all over the internet for all right, so what I'm trying to do here is like handstands can be tough. I'm meeting them where they're at right now, like inside their head, right? Like they're thinking handstands are tough. So I'm meeting them in their head like, oh yeah, handstands are tough. They're like, oh, okay, this person knows what they're talking about. And so when I first started, I looked all over the internet for best exercises, how me perform a perfect handstand. That's probably what they're doing. But there was just one problem. Since I was a beginner, all of the exercises Since I was a complete beginner, most of the exercises were too hard for me to perform. I needed exercises that were easy to do, but would also give me So actually, this is like the main belief that I'm trying to push is like, I needed exercises that were easy, but would also help. Help me make progress on my journey to perform. Perfect handstand. Boom. So now like they know what they need. I've already presented them that, hey, look, you need these exercises. So let's keep going.
Ground, literally. I've broken them down into the 5 elements that they work on, from least important to most important. So if there's only one that you ever practice, make sure that it's number 5. So first up, the alignment of your body is going to be what either makes or breaks your ability to handstand. So we need to teach our body what it feels like to be properly aligned. We need to build some muscle memory. That's so it can then draw on that muscle memory when you kick up and
I might have to change this a little bit. Let's keep watching.
a shape that your body is familiar with. The chest to wall is commonly used for this, but having your nose that close to a wall as a person who has yet to learn to do a handstand might be mildly terrifying. So instead, take a 45-degree wall push. To do this, place your hands on the wall a little above the height of your shoulders, index fingers pointing upward. From there, walk your feet away from you as far as you can so that you're right on the balls of your feet and your arms are alongside your ears, essentially bring your body into a 45-degree angle. You're going to tuck your tailbone, squeeze your bum, you're going to broaden...
Okay, so actually I'm going to pivot a little bit. Instead of giving them this all in the email, I'm going to send them to this video. So... handstands can be tough. When I first started, I looked all over the internet. Handstand journey. I looked all over the internet for the best exercises to help me perform a perfect handstand. There's just one problem. Since I was a complete beginner, even the exercises were too hard for me to perform. I need exercises that were easy to do, but also help me make good progress on my journey to provide a perfect handstand. That's exactly what I want to share with you today. You see, to perform a handstand, you need exercises that improve these. You see, I'm going to tie it into the title. There are 5 secrets to performing a perfect handstand. Now I'm just going to do the ones from the video. So, I wish there was a better transcriber. I need to find a better one, but I don't know if there is one that like actually puts it in sentences because this is so hard to read. All right, let's just speed through this.
Are beginners' exercises to get you off the ground, literally. I've broken them down into the 5 elements that they work on, from least important to most important. So if there's only one that you ever practice, make sure that it's number 5. So first up, the alignment of your body is going to be what either makes or breaks your ability to handstand. So we need to teach our body what it feels like to be properly aligned. We need to build some muscle memory. That's so it can then draw on that muscle memory when you kick up and find a shape that your body is familiar with. The chest to wall is commonly used for this, but having your nose that close to a wall as a person who has yet to learn to do a handstand might be mildly terrifying. So instead, take a 45-degree wall push. To do this, place your hands on the wall a little above the height of your shoulders, index fingers pointing upward. From there, walk your feet away from you as far as you can so you're right on the balls of your feet, and your arms are alongside your ears, essentially bringing your body into a 45-degree angle. You're going to tuck your tailbone, squeeze your bum, you're going to broaden your shoulder blades wide and push the wall away from you. Hold this position for 30 seconds if you can, or work up towards 30 seconds, take a little rest, and then repeat it 4 more times. Next up, this exercise is about helping make your kick up to handstand and hopefully one day catching your balance much easier. Step 2 is an exercise to improve your hamstring flexibility. There's a reason that very flexible people make handstands look easy. They can pretty much get into a handstand alignment before they've even left the floor. Now, we don't need to achieve that level of flexibility to learn a handstand, nowhere near. But I hope it does a good job of demonstrating how flexibility can help you. So stand in front of a wall about a shin's distance away so you can place one foot to the wall and your knees be pretty much aligned. From there, keep your back nice and straight and hinge the chest forwards as you push your bum back towards the wall as if you're going to try to tap it. Go as far as you need to until you feel your hamstring stretch and then stand yourself back up tall. Take 10 repetitions and then remember to switch sides too. I couldn't quite decide which way round to order number 3 and 4 at first, and ultimately decided that number 4 is such an underrated exercise that I rarely see discussed, so that took the silver medal. In bronze position, we've got a strength building drill. If there is one thing that will get you handstanding faster than anything else, it's strengthening your shoulders. So for number 3, I want you to come into plank and pop your feet up onto a chair or any elevated surface. You're going to actively push the floor away from you the whole time as you then walk your hands in towards the chair, pushing your bum up towards the sky. We all have different starting abilities, so if this feels a little too hard, leave the feet on the floor or find a lower surface. These are inchworms, and I want you to focus on pushing the floor away, broadening your shoulder blades throughout the entirety of the movement. Inchworm your way in and back 5 times before taking a rest, and then repeat that 3 times more. So the penultimate exercise, the second to best silver medal, is a drill to improve your proprioception. Proprioception is the ability to know what our body is doing in space. For example, I know that my thumb is pointing upward without being able to see it. Easy to do here in a shape that I'm super familiar with. Not so easy for me to know how to align my body in a handstand, a shape that my body is far less familiar with. Proprioception is all about the body communicating with the brain and then the brain communicating with the eyes. So this exercise might look kind of weird, but I guarantee you, your balance will improve if you do these before you try your handstands. There's 4 simple steps to this. First, hold your hand out in front of you and gaze at your thumb. Slowly move your thumb from right to left a few times, then up and down, and let your head follow that movement so that your eyes are staying still within your head. Next, come back to center, set your gaze back on your thumb, and this time, as you move and body. And then finally, what is getting the gold medal? First place goes to an exercise to help you get over the fear of falling. It is undoubtedly the biggest factor that holds people back from learning to handstand. The fear of falling makes our bodies resist coming into the alignment that we need it to. And often we can be so sure that we aren't scared, but until we've taught our bodies that they are safe, there will always be resistance. So work on removing that resistance by learning to cartwheel. You can think of a cartwheel as essentially a falling handstand with control. You don't need to...
Okay, we're good. If you can perform simple exercises to improve in these 5 areas, that anyone can do that will target all 5 of these areas. All right, boom, there it is. Let's just run over it real quick. Email number 2. 5 seconds to a perfect handstand. However, the handstand can be tough. When I first started my handstand journey, I looked over the internet for the best exercise to help me perform perfect handstand. There was just one problem. Since I was a beginner, either exercise was too hard for me to perform. And the exercise was easy to do. Awesome. So what I'm going to share with you today. See, there are 5 seconds to performing perfect handstand. Body alignment. You perform the same exercise to improve in these 5 areas. We go to progress in your handstand journey. That's why I've put together a list of everything we can do to learn these easy exercises and how to perform them. All right, let's move on to email number 3. We got to keep rolling. All right, let's take a look. I'm thinking maybe do this for instant mobility gains. I'm feeling that one. Email. Guys, you want to know something crazy? Is I just made $750 with those 2 emails. You just watched me make $750. Like, come on, guys. Is that not cool? Like, I just made someone's weekly salary in 30 minutes. Yeah, you can either be offended by that or you can level up your mindset and learn how to do this. Yeah, there's only 2 options. All right, let's keep moving. So do this for looking for instant mobility gains. Where did I find that? Oh, this one. Oh, sweet. Short video. All right, let's rock. Let's rock. I don't know how long Loom records. Hopefully it's for an hour.
Improving your mobility is usually something that takes time and consistency. But what if I told you there was a little secret hack that would improve your shoulder mobility in about 60 seconds? Shoulder mobility is what we need in order to hold a handstand, hold a weight overhead, back.
Improving your mobility usually takes time and effort. But what if I told you there was a simple trick? It takes time and consistency. What if there's a simple... in just 60 seconds. Okay.
With ease and reach the treats on the top shelf of the food cupboard. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a simple, easy technique that anyone can do, which has helped take my students from this to this and from here to here. And
increase your shoulder mobility. Improving your handstand, wheel, and general Here's how it works.
improve your mobility in less than a minute. In order to understand how this works, we first have to realise that our mobility is not only influenced by our muscles. Sure, if we have tightness in our hamstrings, our ability to fold forwards will be influenced. And if we have weakness in our hip flexors, our ability to...
Here's how it works. You see, You see, tight muscles are not the only reason we are flexible in certain areas.
Our leg would be influenced. So, of course, muscles do play a significant role. But these are the things that will take time and consistency to improve upon, which, to be clear, I fully recommend. But more instantly, our range of motion or mobility can be influenced by the nervous system. And luckily for us, our nervous system is like a computer, and we are
See, we stability is not only caused by tight muscles.
tech nerds who are about to hack it. Our nerves weave through the body, passing between, around, and through the muscles. And because of this close relationship, a stretched or stimulated nerve feels pretty identical to a stretched or stimulated muscle. So often, when we go to move a limb into a certain range and we feel that we have reached the edge of our flexibility, actually what we might have reached is a point of nerve tension. And the computer says no.
It says no.
So what can we do about it? We can mobilize our nerves with nerve glides. Glides for the nerves are essentially a very similar thing as stretching is for the muscles. But the
And do this by using okay.
important difference is that nerves need to be mobilized gently. So promise me you'll try these with care, searching only for mild sensations. I'm going to show you 2 nerves that we can mobilize that pass through the shoulder to instantly improve your mobility. So first, set up a camera and film yourself from the side. We want to assess our starting position so that we can notice any improvements afterward. Keep your arms straight with your palms facing inwards and then see how high you can lift the arm. Make sure you're not arching your lower back by keeping your ribs pulling slightly down and your gaze softly.
All right, so let's give this one a go. Do this for instant mobility gains. Improving your mobility usually takes time and effort, but what if I told you there's a simple hack you can use to improve your mobility in just 60 seconds? The simple technique can be performed easily and can greatly increase. The simple technique can be performed easily and can greatly increase shoulder mobility, improving your handstand wheel and any other movement of all your arms. Here's how it works. You see, inflexibility is not only caused by tight muscles. Our nervous system also plays. Isn't just caused by tight muscles. Thank you, Grammarly. Our nervous system also plays a big role in our mobility. Luckily for us, we can hack into the nervous system to give us quick mobility gains. We can do this by using nerve glides. Nerve glides are the stretching for the nervous system. Those who reward you, they should promise you you'll start slow. I made a quick video going over 2 different nerve glides you can perform in 60 seconds to see some major. Check them out here. All right, good. We got one more. One more to make the $1,500. Here we go. Email number 4. We're going to be cutting it close. We're going to be cutting it very close, boys. All right. Email number 4. Let's do... insane flexibility in 4 steps. Hopefully this is one that we can actually, like, write out the steps. All right, let's see. Where did I find this title from? Is that it? Let's keep looking. Maybe that was it. Let's try this.
If you want to stretch further, squat deeper, run faster, or live longer, then you need to work on your hip mobility. I'm not even exaggerating, because your hip mobility is far more important than just being able to do fancy moves. It improves your posture, prevents injury, and ties in with your core strength too. Win-win. So here's 4 hip mobility moves that can literally change your life. You could do them either on their own as a specific mobility session.
Let's see. Same mobility gains in 4 steps. Do you know the most important area of mobility? It's your hips. Hip mobility allows you to... I'm going to do a bullet list here because I think it'll be punchier. All right. Let's see if we can do that. Allows you to stretch further, squat deeper, run faster, live longer. fancy moves, it improves your posture and core strength. See the exclamation point here. All right. So now I want to just like present them with the stuff. So let's see what it is.
So number one, 1990 shin boxes. Let's break this one down into two parts. So first we have...
Okay. That's why I want to share 4 simple exercises that have greatly improved my hip mobility quickly. All right, so now let's make the list.
1990. Sit on the floor with your knees bent and your feet a little bit wider than your hips, because the wider your feet, the harder it becomes, so scale this accordingly. Allow the knees to fall over to one side. That puts the leading leg in external rotation and the following leg in internal rotation. With control, you can then switch from side to side. If you find yourself bum shuffling forwards in a way, it's not the end of the world, but as you switch sides, think of placing your sit bone back behind you, plugging the hip into its socket to help you stay put and to really get the most out of this movement. You're also going to get more benefits if you move the leading leg first and then the trailing leg, as opposed to moving them together like windshield wipers. Try it out and let me know what you think of this one. Once you're comfortable with this movement, you can then add in the shin box. Once the legs have fallen off to one side, you're going to lean your weight into your leading leg and try to come up into a tall kneeling position. You may need to bend your knees a bit more and bring your feet in a little bit closer in order to do so. Press down into the shin to rise up and tuck the tailbone or squeeze your bum in the top position to give a good stretch to the hip flexors.
This would freak me out if I try to do this right now.
Switching sides. So number 2, Cossack leg folds, which look a lot like Skanasana posture for the yoga crew amongst us. Start with your feet wide and your toes pointing slightly outward away from each other. As you bend one leg, start to sit down towards the back of your heel. Keep your chest up, drive the knee wide, and as weird as it might sound, imagine your sit bones widening away from each other as you move to prevent you from curling your tailbone under. Anterior pelvic tilt, if you will. Ideally, we sit all the way down to the floor, but this is something that you have to work up to over time before you can then add the leg fold. So sit yourself down, use a block as a weight on the ground, and then fold the knee inward, taking the hip into internal rotation.
Ain't no way.
External rotation, then simply stand back up. But it's not as simple as it sounds to do that. You're going to have to lean your weight forward towards your toes, drive down into the heel, and use your hands for assistance if you need to. Hopefully, I've not scared you off yet. So let's move on to number 3 and saving the best for last with number 4. Next up is a kick throw. Super fun, in my humble opinion, and also gives your core a good bang for its buck. Start in long lunge with just one hand grounded in line with your front foot. If you're new to this kind of stuff, I would totally recommend a block underneath this hand to give you more space to work with here because it's not easy. From here, thread your back leg under the body and kick it through out in front of you. Do anything with the arms that feels helpful for balance. You have 2 options with this kick through. You either keep your body lifted like a pistol squat, or you sit your bum down to the floor, which is a little bit easier and a nice option to start with. Either way, you then pick yourself up and thread your leg back where it came from and match your kick through. So then lastly, we have number 4, straddle leg lifts, and I did tell you that I saved the best till last. You're going to sit on the floor and take your legs as wide as you can without using your hands. It's not hip mobility if your hands put your legs in their position. Sit up tall and try to keep an upright spine throughout the whole movement. Consider sitting on a block if this is difficult even before you've added in any movement. You're going to pick up a leg, easier said than done, and then place your foot as close to your bum as possible into something that looks like a half squat position. Try not to drag your foot along the floor, but trying is all that matters. Perfection is not required. From here, fold the leg inward.
To perform these correctly, or you can check out my quick short video tutorial. All right, we got like 10 seconds left on the loom. Hopefully it'll keep showing it. All right, that's it, boys. Wait, is the loom still going? All right, that's 4. We got 4 emails here. That is $1,500 in less than an hour. So let's run through them really quick. Let me show you guys what I'm thinking through these. All right, email number 1. Become flexible in 3 minutes or less. I'm keeping it. This is the outcome they want in a very short time, and then I'm backing it with this like proof. This is like proof, even though it's not really proof. Like it is proof though. Science backed. Hi, first name. I got some exciting news for you. Boom, they're hooked. They want to know. It's for me. It's exciting. It's big, right? It's a big emotion. Then, recent studies have revealed that there's an easy way to improve flexibility with only 10 minutes of stretching per week. Crazy. It sounds crazy, but it's true. So, like, we're addressing their belief. As soon as they hear that, they're like, no, there's no way. But we're like, no, it is true. You see leading stretch scientists have made a big discovery recently. I think I need to do, like, recently made a big discovery. Probably. Recently. These leading stretch scientists recently made a big discovery. How often you stretch matters more than how long you stretch. They found that it's better to stretch a few minutes every other day than to stretch for one day. This is amazing news for you and me. This means that we can make even more flexibility gains with less effort. You can do this. You can do this by treating your stretching more like strength training. Holding each stretch for 30 seconds, rest for 36 seconds, perform 2 reps. Repeat every other day. If you do this quick routine for a few minutes every other day, you can see amazing. Actually, yeah, we'll just leave that. See amazing flexibility gains in way less time than normal. Talk soon and happy stretching. Email 2. The 5 secrets to perform a perfect handstand. Handstands can be tough, meeting them where they're at. That's what they're thinking. When I first started my handstand journey, I looked all over the internet for the best exercises to help me perform a perfect handstand. There's just one problem. I was a complete beginner. Even the exercises were too hard for me to perform. I need exercises that were easy to do, but also helped me make progress on my journey to perform a handstand. That's exactly what I want to share with you today. Here are the 5 secret exercises. You see there are 5 pillars to performing a perfect handstand. Let's go with that. If you can perform simple exercises to improve these subjects, you will make amazing progress. That's why I put together a list of it. Okay, hope this helps. Be stretching. Live. Even number 3. Do this for instant mobility gains. Proving it usually takes time and effort. What if I told you there's a simple hack you can use to improve shoulder mobility in just 60 seconds? You can perform each link and greatly. Do you see how like I'm selling the idea first? And then I'm presenting them like the solution. Like I'm showing them the mechanism, which is, oh, you need to improve your nerves. Then I show them, oh, here's how you do that, you know? And then here's the perfect 5 exercises to do it. Insane mobility gains in 4. Let's say 4 easy exercises. Hip mobility. That's it, boys. 4 emails. Boom. All emails done for the month in less than 1 hour. I just made $1,500. Now you can be pissed off and say, oh, it's just fake. There's no way you made this money. Or you can literally look at Stripe and be like, yo, this is crazy. How do I get in on this? You need to learn. You need to elevate your mindset, right? So hopefully this helps. I don't know what else I can do to prove to you. If you guys still don't believe this is possible, then I can't help you. You need more help than I can give. But if you actually want to make this much money, you need to address that it is possible and then learn how to do it. All right, so hopefully this helps. See you guys tomorrow.